Hey folks, this is Shandren here, and we are back again after our awesome victory over the Campions on Ultraloid. We're back here with Reh'Zha, our wannabe Spore Druid, and we finally get to level up and actually become one, so let's just start by doing that. The audio yesterday was horrible, so I hope it's a bit better today. Like, we had some very high game sounds. I've tried to tune it down a bit. I might still need to fix it a little more, to be honest. So, see if we can just do that. We're going for Circle of Spores. That's the idea. We don't... might as well change these here. We don't need Good Berry anymore. That was just for fun tutorial. Thunderwave could be a good AoE effect. And we do need want Speak with Animals. Don't need. But for now, I think we're just gonna keep a healing word call. Also depends what we're gonna go and do first. Oh, we're also getting Bone Chill, it appears. Nice. I am still debating with myself exactly how I want to be doing this run. Nope, before we get to that part, first order of business. We are carried in blood. Reh'Zha would definitely go and clean himself off. And now we should be just about ready to head out. I am debating with myself whether I want to do a solo or a dual run. I think solo could be interesting because duo might still be relatively easy. Oh well, no. Eventually, the first couple of fights could probably, not the first couple of fights, but the first couple of levels, there could probably be some fights that require something. I don't know how strong this build is going to end up being. We are going to play around a bit with it. Eventually, I have made a GIF here. I already realized one, wouldn't call it mistake, but I thought druids had crossbow proficiency or longbow, shortbow proficiency, or like any sort of ranged weapon proficiency, but they don't, so we have to pick that up from somewhere. Could have done that from race, but then we wouldn't have the awesome astral knowledge thing here. So that's sort of a choice where we would go. If I want to go for like one companion, it would be to have more interesting tactical options in combat. I often find that if you want to play these kind of games solo, you have to follow a specific strategy a lot of the time. It can be very interesting with some of the fights, but it can also be also get a bit samey.
You drink in the pungent corpse. Since you awoke on the ship, your mind has been cold and empty, but something stirs. With your hands close to this body, you know nothing of why, but you find a half smile flittering across your face.
It's disturbing. Intelligence. Try to remember the last time you stood above a corpse. Let's try that. And let's add in guidance.
As soon as you delve into your mind, it is filled with flashes of 1,000 different dead. There is something unknown and unspeakable deep within your heart.
Also be a good reason for not keeping people around if you don't want to accidentally kill them. She even kept it in her hand. We wake her up. We try at least.
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible?
That doesn't matter. We made it.
Seems like we're the lucky ones, judging by all the corpses strewn about. I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
What happened to my kin? Did you see her?
She must have run off without us. Seems like I'm more reliable than your own people.
We should look for her. She might be injured. Or worse.
You're more concerned for her than she is for you, clearly. We need to take care of ourselves. First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
She is right about that. We? You want to stay together?
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
Alright. Let's get moving.
One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
So, before we do anything else, should probably level up Shadowheart here. And question is whether we should go straight for something other than Cleric, or we should take a few levels there first. I am going to respec her eventually. I'm not a fan of Trickery Cleric necessarily. But we might want to try some different things. I think that if we are going for a duo, it's probably going to be with Shadowheart. The whole her memory is gone might be something that talks to us as our memory is gone as well. Maybe Astarion for, like, he's a monster, you're a monster thing. Or Lae'zel because she's a Gith, I guess. I think those are the most obvious options. If I can get myself to ignore Karlach. That girl. A single level of wizard to scribe scrolls, but we don't have any intelligence for her yet, and we're not gonna be expecting her soon. Actually maybe just take a level of cleric, right? What do we get for that? Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna be making up these as we go along. Turn undead. We're not gonna bring her for now. I think we're gonna stash her in camp. Till now, with the excuse that we should probably go and set up the camp while I explore a bit. So that we are ready for what comes if night falls, etc, etc. Her stats are not really designed for anything here. I think Wizard is what fits her the best, just a single level of that to be able to play all-round support, have all the spells that we want access to. Featherfall, for instance, would be really nice. I adore having that spell available. Yeah, for now, let's just look at this later and talk to her and send her off to camp to see if we can...
Something the matter?
My memory's all gone. Is your tadpole playing tricks on yours?
I understand why you ask, but memory loss is not as uncommon as you'd think. There may be other causes.
So she asked us earlier that this doesn't matter, but let's pry a little. What's the story with that odd little artifact you have?
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
Okay. Not friendly. What did you think of our awesome kill? No, we should journey separately.
Sure.
For no, I should actually stay with me. We just need to check your gear before we send you going. What do you have? So, Scroll of Detect Thoughts. Let's take that. Potion. Probably Revivify is not too important if we're going alone. We can't take the artifact. Having a bandit's armor? Okay. Instead of my druid's leather armor. Rest of this doesn't matter. Camp. Actually, this also just needs to go to camp, right? Might as well just clean her up a bit. Shield, it's the same. The mace doesn't matter, it doesn't work. Circlet, nice. And the light crossbow, let's just let her keep this for now. And don't put them on her, we sent those to camp. So, now we can send her off to camp.
Something the matter? If you're sure. As you
Sure.
like. Perhaps I'll see you.
So I get the mysterious artifact like this. That's interesting. I think I usually keep her in my party at least until you get it either. Anyways. So let's get rid of some of all of this shit. How do we do this? Is he just running around? Oh, she's just running around there. Nice. Do we have a second short sword? We don't be doing that anyways. These can be thrown, these cannot. So these are light and finesse, so technically these are just like short swords. Oh, that's not how it works. If we want to, we could go for a bonus and attack with our dex. Instead of the extra armor class, that might not be entirely stupid. Okay, please. So, instead of using the shillelagh though, not certain that's the wisest. Does look awesome though. Also have the jump. Oh, we have a thief's tools already. I did not even see that. Can we use this one in main hand while we are doing the other thing? No, we cannot, because it's only versatile, yes. What does the shillelagh actually do? 4 to 11 spellcasting attack rolls, but this uses dex. So it's like slightly better. I think this is gonna be fine for the first little while, at least, depending on where we go, and then we can slap back to the staff. I'll be carrying these around. Definitely not these. Something to throw, shield, that's fine. Oh, why are we having this? Yeah, that would be great. And let's actually get going. So, we have apparently had a long rest, all of our good berries are gone. And we... That's symbiotic entity. So this is an ability that I wanted to try out, really. Gain 8 temporary hit points and deal an additional 1 to 6 necrotic damage while you have them. Cast Halo Spores with double damage. Okay. This lasts until long rest as long as you have your temporary hit points. So as long as we don't get damaged. That might actually be a point in favor of just going for the shield all the way through. But I think the first encounter here is simpler with these, to be honest. Halo of Spores, the one that this one makes deal double damage, deals 1d4 necrotic damage, and it uses a reaction, but it's not a reaction, it just uses a reaction. So I click it and I target something, and he uses it. And we have a buff online, and we can't shillelagh anymore. Oh. So I'm not certain whether or not that's the right move to go away from the shillelagh. Jumping around with slapping folks with a stick sounds awesome. Just stuff here. Also another thing I was thinking about was whether or not we wanted to read stuff like this. So this is not just any random book, but one of the actual like items that can be used for stuff. I think I'm gonna leave it up long enough for you to pause. I know this already, of course. And then you can read it yourself instead of reading them all out, because I think it's gonna take too long eventually. might read out like important ones or passages from some of them.
Water. There must be a settlement
Settlement somewhere nearby. That is very true. So these I'm just gonna click read because these are just the boring books. And we are gonna loot everything that's not nailed down, so get used to that. Going this way, right? So, double intellect devourer up ahead.
Better be cautious.
See what we can do. Probably cast a jump spell before we go up there, just in case we need to get away.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
We have a nice dippable fire surface here. Should we actually... I don't know exactly how it works. Can you ambush? I usually ambush from range. Oh, isn't there supposed to be like one more somewhere? Here to be here right now. I usually ambush from range, and I'm a little the stealth mechanics, the opening combat mechanics is a little weird. They do like this. How does it work? Does he take both? Yeah, he took both of the attacks. That was not supposed to happen. But it's not bad. It did actually get surprise there. So you can surprise attack them. Right, they die quickly enough. Oh, and we still have the last one. Oh, so it was there. But it's surprised. Okay. Let's get on. Not enough resources. Oh, because I used the bonus action. Is there a way to only use the main hand action when you're doing like this? Has got to be, right? Because it using up. I as you can notice, I haven't been really dual wielding a lot or at all. Just let it come to us, right? Can I get up there without? I can. Should still, oh, it's still surprised, of course. So let it come to us, I guess.
That's a friendly-looking shadow.
And wait for it. Oh, because I stealthed. Now it's just standing there. Yeah, that's fine. Should we actually... We should actually do that then. So, that works. We can just go down here and dip this guy.
Another trick up my sleeve.
Let's see if it just stays over there shuddering. No reason to do anything yet, right? Yeah, it's shuddering and switching. And did my jump run out? My jump ran out.
Into the bloody fray.
Oh. How's this gonna work? That's too far outside of range. Should we just dash to get up? Yeah, I think we should just dash to get up there. Oh, don't get too close. Okay, we need to. Woohoo. Okay, so it's definitely just gonna stand there until we shoot it. Question is whether or not we should try to actually get behind it then. That seems excessive, but then it does die in one swoop, and it's not sure to do it like this. Especially since, once again, it ran out. Get all the way back here, right? It's a little interesting. Can we get this way up even? No, we cannot, and we are not getting through the other thing. So, how does fleeing work? We need to we don't need to reset the combat, obviously. We just shoot it. That's probably be fine. That could actually be interesting to find out. I played this game for 600 hours, and I still don't know how fleeing works because I've never actually tried it. Oh, so you go to camp? No, we don't want to do that. Just find a way somewhere we can shoot this guy. low ground as well. But advantage should be fine. Right, and critical hit, that's good. Okay,
Need to find a way
so
forward.
we're obviously overthinking a lot of stuff here, but
More for me.
that's gonna be the name of the game. Wanted to see how stuff worked. And now we can go around. We don't want to get hit, because we want to keep this buff active for as long as possible. It's sort of what makes us work at all, so when it's not there, I don't know if this one deals... I don't think it deals damage when you stab at it.
Let's have a look.
No reason to check right now. And now the question is whether we should start by seeing if we can open a certain door, maybe? Would be nice. Exploring around here. We already had one.
Of use.
Isn't there usually like another set here? Because I think the chance of it opening with one set of tools is not maybe that good. Ooh. Yeah, there was another. Need them for anything else specifically? Does he say something when I click it? So, let's see what we have. We could go for... What else do we have to use this with? Stealth, it's fine with stealth. We go for dexterity there. We'd go for charisma for later. The talky stuff we don't need to sell today necessarily, so that doesn't matter. Intelligence, what do we have of intelligence? There's probably some history and arcana and religion rolls in there. If we try and get in the door. We have the charisma rolls up with the thieves. Oh. Let's try and see if we can keep it as in game as possible. So he would definitely try to see what's behind this door. And we can go for a guidance as well. So 5 + 5 to 8. It's a chance of doing this. It's not amazing. It's not good enough. So we have one thieves tool left. So we actually need that for the simpler locks, right? Would like to get through this though. Not gonna use my last lockpick. That's also a thing I'm not certain of. If you have no lockpicks, I don't believe you can even try opening. But I do not actually know that either. Ooh, nice. Sure. So, where do we want to go first? Let's just start south, right? I'm a little interested to see how this guy reacts to Astarion. Ooh, a second Thieves too. Now we might want to go back and try though. We could just abroad Astarion to try and pick it up for us if we're not ending up killing him now. When I say how this guy reacts, I'm... Oh, critical success. We could have used that before. We should have gone and went for the other one. And a nice helmet. Yeah. Ugly without it, and you're ugly with it, so... When I say how he reacts, I primarily mean because he's a Dark Search. I also kind of mean how RP-wise, because I think I want to try to keep a character as good as possible. Anything down here? Could also do the slightly faster moving around thing that just looks insanely stupid. Ooh, there's a... probably Starians. It's a bit... How much do you go from one to the other? Let's go and talk with the guy.
Discussion.
Hurry! I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
So he watched me kill the others. Yeah, sure. We can help.
There. Can you see it?
Just a dumb boar. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
So... threaten? I don't think we are necessarily... the way we don't need to fight. That seems a little weakish. If this is a robbery after bad start off, that could be the one. We just threaten him. Threatening people usually works.
But first you'll tell me what you know. I saw you on the ship. You're in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacle... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The
Fades
light,
to the worm.
the fear.
What was that? What's going on?
Honestly, I have no idea. It's not entirely wrong. I don't know, but something just connected us. Put the knife away and I'll tell you everything. I don't know, but something just
Those
connected us.
tentacled monsters. Whatever they did to us caused that link. They took you too. I saw it during... whatever just happened. And to think... I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
At least he apologizes. I might try to be amenable. Glad to see we're all caught
Indeed
up
we
now.
are. Please, allow me to introduce myself. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldurs Gate when those beasts snatched me.
I mean, quite the same. We don't need to share everything with everyone, right? This is a little insane. I think this might just be where we stay quiet. We have no
The
reason to
strong
trust
and
this guy.
silent type.
Strong and silent.
What?
Strength 8.
Please tell me you at least know something about these worms.
I think the first option before was from Dark Urge. Yes, unfortunately. They'll turn us into Mindflayers.
Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time.
Control it, we need to get rid of it. You should travel with me. I need to get moving, but you can shield at my camp.
I was ready to go this alone, but maybe sticking with the herd isn't a bad idea. Safety in numbers, after all. And I hate to turn down an invitation.
Says the vampire.
All right. Maybe I'll see you there. Good luck.
As he leaves, you're flooded with visions of a perfect, pretty corpse.
Shit. Well, this reminds me of stuff from what's it called? Wrath of the Righteous, the Pathfinder game, where at a certain point corpses just start showing. Oh, now we need to speak with animals. Yeah, we might as well. See, don't actually need it because this doesn't do anything. Except it gives us approval with Shadowheart if she's here, but she's not. Scared Boar. Wonder if there's a druid interaction with this one, maybe. Oh, and I forgot to cast a spell. Animal handling. Defense. Oh, and the boar is gone. That was not what I intended to happen, obviously, but hey. Great. So now, yeah, let's just cast it so we have it for whatever next time. I don't believe I have the required strength to move this rock down here. So I'm finding it very hard to, except for like combat situations, RP too much.
Nice
and
view.
also I failed a nature roll, so I can't anyways. Of course, I know a bit too much about what is where and how. I've been running around here a lot. So let's ignore that part of it and just try to keep the RP mostly to the conversations. Doing a little metagaming is fine. Oh, I have the Mindflayer.
And it's hurt.
So we should probably shoot this from a distance if we're smart. But we do like to watch people suffer.
You approach the dying gate. The foul thing is at your mercy, and you would have its head. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. Compassion.
I don't want to be furious, but you probably should. This isn't right. Step away.
You can't move, can't think. Thinking is mercifully done for you. It will be a joy to serve, to die for it an honor. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it, but then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
So this seems a little dangerous. But we are curious. Want to know who we are, and this might actually help us.
Your minds fuse, lusting for something that is gone. But then its grip claws back with a vengeance, a vice locking your mind into obedience.
Yeah, dangerous.
You need sustenance to survive, and with your very body, you can provide.
Submit to the feeling, Linen, as for a kiss. Let's try this part. We try to resist, of course. And a natural 1. Oh, that's great. I don't think I failed this one before. What happens? Is this just you die?
Warm, wet tentacles wrap themselves around you.
Oh,
And for the first
come
time
on.
in your life, you're perfectly happy.
Are you for real? What the fuck? And I don't think I saved forever. I was gonna save just before this, and then I figured, nah, what's the worst that can happen? Oh well. So when did we actually save? Ravage Beasts before the door. Ah, shit. Oh well, that's the fitting end. That's gonna be interesting. So save a little more just in case we meet any sort of scripted ends like that. Also the critical failure there. Great. Great stuff. Luckily, apparently, we are magical beings that can travel in time.
Come on, open up.
Let's try this one this time, and this time we succeeded. So, should we actually go and do the other things, so we don't have to do it? Anyways, we should probably like rush through that.
With haste.
Or to be honest, you could probably skip out for that part. That's a little annoying. Now we've got the door opened at least, so it's open for us now.
Something good here. I hope.
I love that we just get this done fast. Critical failure, wisdom save, and you're dead. Great.
No traps, please.
But I wonder if there's a guy who does speedruns. He probably knows about that. He definitely knows about that, but it must be too inconsistent to and also I don't know if it counts as ending the game or if it's just game over. Set game over. Did we get another? Might not matter actually, because we might just be able to use the one we had from before. We still have. We even have two now, so we did get another. I wasn't certain. This one is probably scripted, because you want people to have a pick for that one. So luckily, our only conversation, we also get to talk with the boar now, I guess. Only conversation so far was with Astarion. Let's just remember to save this time a bit. We will pretend that we have not opened the door back there yet, and then we'll go back and get them afterwards. I am going to skip back this one easily. Stand by. We're just going to take the same choices as before. If we get the possession, we did. Threaten.
Your mind. You tried.
What was that? What's going on?
I don't know. Something just connected us.
I was ready to decorate the ground with your.
Glad to see we all caught up now.
My name's Astarion.
I actually want to try this one. I'm in quite the state, but I think I'm Reh'Zha.
A pleasure. So,
that's all we get for that. That's great.
Worms?
Yes, unfortunately.
Although
turn us into Mindflayers.
It hasn't happened yet.
Need to get moving, but you can stay at my camp.
And good luck.
I think it's the idea of controlling them.
Flooded
It's fine.
with visions
Should
of a
suffer
perfect, pretty corpse.
I would not like to be me. It is a sentence that usually does not make sense. This time we remember to cast Speak with Animals. I wonder whether or not the handle animal check is actually better than the Speak with Animals, because when you speak with it, you can't really do anything. I thought you might be able to as a druid. So let's just wander off right
Yes, I have eyes. Keep away from me.
I love that there's so many, like, downright rude animals in this game. So, let's go and not die to a Mindflayer this time. Then we might be able to go back and search what's behind the door.
There. A Mindflayer.
Yeah.
And it's hurt.
Save. So we should have shot it from afar last time. Is that actually a thing you can do? It must be a thing you can do, right? Yeah. So this. Let's still go and talk with it. I want to see.
Dying gate. The foul thing is that you could end its life. Compassion. Compassion.
This isn't right. Step
You
away.
can't move, can't think. Thinking is mercifully done for you. It will be a joy to serve. To die for it an honor. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it. But then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
So I wonder actually from before, if we'd had a companion, if we would just have been able to resurrect ourselves after this, if we could kill the Mindflayer, obviously, but I think we could. I believe that might be how it's supposed to work, so you don't actually get the game over. But I believe game over is not just count as a real win. So this was the one we took before. Concentrate on the thoughts. Question is, am I allowed to take this one again since we failed before? We already know what it is, but I don't think it gives us anything, so we might as well. It's just sad that we had the awesome critical failure before, and we don't get to live with it.
Sustenance to survive.
Submit to the feeling. Nope, we are still going to try and resist. This time it's not a critical fumble, whatever it's called. Critical failure.
The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
So, I was expecting a dark urge thing here. Ooh.
Gake, death is too kind a fate.
Guess that counts. Got inspiration from from killing it. It's nice. Ooh, potion of speed. Yes, please. Good stuff. Start by going this direction instead. Dead goblins. Something weird and shimmering up ahead.
What's going on with that room? Looks unstable somehow.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
Yeah. Gonna touch stuff anyways.
A hand? Anyone?
So then there was some dark urge options. Ignore the urge to maim, grab the hand and pull. Ignore the fantasize about hacking off the hand while you slap the hand. So I don't know how it works with this. If you don't lean into it enough, it's gonna do something for you once in a while. It feels like it could be that sort of thing. But we are of course gonna try to be good people, because that is what you do. You try your best rather than fantasize.
Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Now a quick little pull should do the trick.
I'm a weakling.
Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. I'm usually better at this.
No need to apologize. Are you alright?
A bit shocked, but friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well.
You don't trust this man, draw your weapon. Nah. I was,
I
yes.
can only assume you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region.
Okay, so he did 2. Go on.
As a Gith Yankee, it's no news to you that this parasite will soon turn us into Mindflayers. An outcome I'd rather like to avoid. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
I can tend to basic wounds and ailments, but alien parasites, I'm afraid.
I suppose few enough can. Not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together?
Sure. Come ahead.
Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved. Or something to that effect. Oh,
Well, that sentence.
but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. For I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
So he's a very well-spoken gentleman, and we are going
Not
to...
versed in magic, are you?
Of course I am. You guys me well. I'm not. Why do you ask?
No matter to worry the unlettered over. If you meet
Unlettered.
any elder wizards, let me know. There is a matter I'd like to seek advice on from a master.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Nope, he's not my therapist. I have violent thoughts. Nice, you can just say this. My memories before the North Lloyd are shrouded in darkness. No. Tell me a bit more about yourself.
Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, city of splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment.
Oh, he'd like to talk
I
about
have a
himself,
cat,
right?
a
Yeah.
library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There.
Yeah, let's just change the subject. We're not that interested. I need you to remain in the camp for a while rather than on the road with me.
I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be in
We'll
the
travel
camp
together
then,
soon.
idling away the hours.
Okay, I'm just picking up all sorts of examples of this. Yeah, I am. Because I get them in the party first and then I send them off. That's probably it. Could we have a loot? Can we play it? Poor performance. Okay, we cannot. I wonder what happens if you do that with people. If they do more than just boo at you, maybe. Not carry around all of this shit. Might want that one to throw though. You want the shield. Good. So, we had a door down here we were supposed to get through. Ooh, there's also, of course, something here we can go and look at. This is where you'd want the Featherfall to just jump down instead. Elixir fire resistant, that's interesting. Is there any way to jump down? But what we can do is just like this instead. This works. We did open it before. We are going to save. And then we are going to look inside. Perception failed, that's a good start. Button and plaque and a skeleton.
This place wasn't built for the living.
If there's skeletons around, we are going to do like this, because that seems nicer. Correct. So I happen to know that we're not going to fight anything right here, but he didn't. Let's just do that. Button. So the way that you do this without bothering about all the traps and stuff is that you can cast Enhanced Leap just to make it easier, but you don't actually have to. Enter turn-based mode, loot this thing. Click the button. Jump away. The jump did nothing because they weren't shooting anyway, so if we exit turn-based mode now, nothing should happen. And since we've already triggered the trap and disassembled it, we can just loot here. So I can actually use a spear, but it's going to be using my strength, which is horrible. And Shillelagh is only staves and clubs. All the perception fails. We have +5 to perception. We should have a decent chance of getting these. Still going.
Strange coin. I wonder what it's worth.
14 armor, heavy armor. That seems like a bad armor. Into cam, Warhammer. Interesting. Shield. I don't believe we have anything in any of these. Oh, did I just pick up a jar? Oh, I don't want to do that. Actually, it doesn't weigh anything, so we might as well. Oh, almost nothing. It's a box, though. I do want me a box, especially... No, we have jump. We still want it. A couple of boxes are good to have. And just, instead of carrying them around, we can just send them to camp, just to have a few available. Good. So that should be just about most of the relevant stuff here. So, how much are we supposed to be spoiling stuff? It's also one of the things I should like decide upon before I do this. That seemed like, yeah, it's one of the common ones. Oh, let's click. Because I obviously know what's going to happen in this place, but some of you viewing might not know it. So should I keep it hidden? Just prepare as good as I can, like Scroll of Protection from Good and Evil. I think we need to use a little meta knowledge if we want to be soloing just a bit of it, at least use the Engrave Key. A lot of it makes sense anyways, so do things in the correct order. Scroll of Burning Hands there, that's nice. And the quarterstaff that isn't the rambled one. Oh, don't sit down. I wish I had a candle. Like, instead of these.
No hesitation. That statue.
And religion failed.
Some kind of scholar.
And of scholar. So, for the uninitiated, this is clearly Jurgle. Scribe of the Dead.
Inscription is in a language unknown.
Even if my character doesn't know, we do. Guy who's set to take down the names of all, I think everyone who dies, maybe only guards. But there's a whole lot of them. scribe over here as well. Might just go and loot him. And a nice jilted chest. And a button. More scrolls of protection from good and evil. So, that almost seems like a hint. It requires concentration, so I'm gonna hold off on it until I've
Looks like someone wanted to
grounded
bury
here.
their secrets.
Another soul coin. Get anything else interesting? Not, so let's go and look at the book.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock.
And we are, of course, going the intellectual way, if possible. Apparently not. Could use our inspiration here, but let's see if we can try and smash it instead, maybe.
The tome does not take kindly to your tampering. A feeling like pins and needles lingers under your skin, pricking and prodding.
We smash it open, so this is not gonna work. Yeah, of course. If brains fail, just use bronze. Right.
As the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense
Obliterated
these are
scroll.
names, a list. But of what?
Legend. Are we a bit more clever now? Yes.
Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering. The last three names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scroll as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
Okay. Let's grab it. Scroll of Ray of Enfeeblement. Ooh, so we did get something from the book as well. And then we saw a nice little button though out here. But before we click that nice little button, let's just see a little ahead. Use some of that with Yankee foresight. So if we want to handle this, how are we going to do? Let's just start by clicking the. Oh, let's start by clicking this awesome button here. And now we click the awesome button on the wall. And he's scared. I can't understand why, to be honest. It's a little weird that two of them seem to be standing up out at the...
Oh hell. Something just woke up.
They clearly were standing up at this position, and none of them are there. That's a little silly. Can I get into a position where I can do something relevant first turn? We might be able to slay this guy up here. Then we're going to be slammed by the rest of them. Could we get off a shot on this guy maybe before... I want to like dip in here and force them into a closer room. Nearby doesn't seem to be relevant. So yeah, maybe I should just go and hide and see what happens if they come for me. Oh, I should definitely go and dip actually instead. But now we are hiding.
Out of sight, out of mind.
And casting Shillelagh. And that was in the wrong order, because now we're not hiding anymore, are we? Nope. Ah! Awesome. But now the Shillelagh online, and we should be in a position at least when none of them can get to us. So, I should probably... I usually play a little loose. When it's not a combat that is very threatening. Or as you can see, even when it was, I did not play tightly in the tutorial. But I should probably focus a bit more if I want to try and solo things. Because that might be a little harder. So we have AC 19 and they have disadvantage. We should be able to... We maybe even go and shoot one of them. Don't want to dip my staff rather than the bow though. Maybe I want to dip the staff next turn instead. We can do that. So if we go and dip this one now,
I need a little extra edge.
I should have cast enhanced leap before the combat. I'm supposed to do that before every combat when I know they're coming, because being able to leap around in combat is actually quite awesome. Let's see if we can get a shot in on this guy. There's a decent chance we're taking him down. Yeah, and then let's get. Oh, actually, are we close enough for this one? No, we're not. We don't want to stand out there. So let's just get in here and see if they have to run for us. If we are able to make some of them like stand in each other's way, I think that's a thing that can happen. Yeah, like that. That might actually be a position where no one else can get through the door. The casters are annoying though. But yeah, they don't even try and get up here when he does like that. Now we have Shillelagh online and it has not been dipped, so we need to change to the weapon. We need to go and dip it, and then I cannot get out right now. He's standing exactly where he's... I don't know if it's where he's supposed to, because they can just go and shoot me. But if they stack up behind here, I should be able to AoE them at least. Our chance to hit is quite low, unfortunately, but he is not that scary either. Let's see if we can... So that was decent. It didn't take half his hit point, but almost. And I target this one. Target is out of sight. Oh, that's true. He cannot take attacks of opportunities because he does not have a weapon. So I might... save is annoying. I might be able to lure that guy in, but then he'll come in and then the rest will come too. Is that a good thing? So I'm debating whether I stay in the door here and have them gang up behind him and shoot at me, or if I can actually go and make it so that this guy can't reach me, and I think that might be smarter. This guy's just gonna throw something and run to me, probably. Let's go to our corner then, see what happens. Oh, order of action, of course. He was before that guy. And now I think... That was very annoying. So he hit, he does not have a high chance of hitting there. And it broke our concentration on protection from good and evil, which is bad news. I think we need to keep these guys dying. Still have 3 hit points left, but that protection from evil though. It would have been sweet to have. Let's get back in our corner. And they should still not be able to get to us. Okay, he's not supposed to hit there, but I guess that's what we need to live with. Just necrotic him a bit, maybe. It's running back and forth. Oof, that was bad. So we lost our symbiotic entity now. Okay, mate, you are officially annoying. They are too far apart still. Are we going to take this guy down? What's the chance? That's a decent chance. Can we actually see? We can't see. Oh, he has 16 strength. 15 AC. 9 AC, yeah, okay. This does take our entire action to get back online. With only 8 temporary hit points. So what's the chance of downing him? We are dealing 1d4 fire damage and approximately 12-ish. Yeah, that's not the best chances. Oh, not 12, sorry. 4 plus 3, that's 7, that's 14 plus... Without the necrotic, I don't think we're downing him in one hit. We might with this one though, Halo of Spores, but that's also a low chance to hit, so we probably want to go and kill the scribes instead. And now, if I had my speedy thing, I might have been able to get away. Let's Halo you to get you low for next turn. Nope, maybe not. We could offer Potion of Healing. That does not seem necessary as of yet. I should have dipped my weapon before I went back. And I need to go and dip it next turn then. It's a little annoying. Silence doesn't do a lot. Or at least you didn't hit this time. So go and dip. There we go, and still saving. Can we actually run far enough away from him? Now, it's annoying that he broke through our shield, and now he deals more damage, but we can just use potions for this, so that's not too bad. Want to get him down, and if I hit, he should go down. Oh, yeah, critical hit. Fine, we can do that as well, of course. Oh, why does he have something now? Huh? Did I not loot him already? I did loot them already. Why do they have gold all of a sudden? That is very interesting. They don't usually have that? I don't think so. Okay. White shape charges come back on a short rest. That changes stuff. So, that means we drink a potion instead of short resting, and then we... another. We could also just use this one then first, then short rest. Let's do that.
Time to get going.
Seems fine. Both our charges back.
Here lies the guardian of tombs.
Yips.
Through knowledge comes atonement.
Heavy chest. Let's loot the stuff before we. I can't recall where you get all these items. I do recall some of them though. This one is nice. Slam it on right away. What if we could have used a mage chant to like cheese the fight? We don't need to cheese that fight. That doesn't matter. We only have mage hand on a long rest because it's just the Githyanki one and not an actual cantrip. I like that we are very bloody after defeating all of the skeletons.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me, right as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
So, how miffed are we by the undead? A peaceful undead. Interesting. Why aren't you attacking me? Seems to be the relevant part here. A peaceful undead. Interesting. Why aren't you attacking me?
Because That would be senseless.
Even
Wilt
he
thou
shakes his head.
answer my question?
Yeah, there we will. I guess we will.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
Okay, you can really lean into the dark red thing. Mine seems worth little, as my lord. It's not actually answering the question. Okay. Nope, we are not a die-hard Gith. Only life that matters is mine, depends on the mortal. We're not all equal. Person's deeds. I think these are quite the same, 4 and 8 here. Depends on the
I
mortal.
am curious by what standards thou shalt judge. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face.
Seems so threatening when you say
We will
it.
see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
Unfamiliar familiarity. Ooh, that was an interesting one. They seem to be connected. Third soul coin. And a hill giant's finger and a lot of gold. Nice. What did the plaque
Here
read?
goes nothing.
We read it.
Here lies the guardian of tombs.
Oh yeah.
Through knowledge comes atonement.
Okay, so we got what we came here for. And we also have a level up, apparently. Not noticed that. So, level 3 is the question. Do we want to go for another level of Druid yet? Or should we... I think the intention... Let's just see what we have of options here. Save the game. And... the idea was a level of monk. Thinking that you could use unarmed attack that you get when you attack with a monk weapon. I believe that's how it works. But what do we actually get? Detect thoughts, we don't need that at the moment. I guess Flameblade could be nice. The Flameblade, it doesn't even add the necrotic, does it? It should, right? It should still equip it. It should still add it. It's just another weapon. That's worth finding out at some point, I guess. Lesser restoration available. We can get that from Shadow Art if we want. Protection from poison. Oh, Moonbeam. Oh, I'm yawning now. It might be a good place to stop so we can start leveling up next time as well.